Have you ever looked into someone's eyes and felt like you've known them forever? As if something inside you paused, remembered, and whispered, "There you are." It wasn't a dream, and it wasn't just chemistry. It was the memory of something deeper, a silent recognition that echoes from beyond this lifetime. Some connections are not born in this life. They are simply remembered. In a world full of faces, sometimes one soul appears, and everything around you loses meaning. It's not passion, it's not logic, it's not even comfort, it's home. This video is for those who have loved before they even met, for those who carry the feeling that someone is out there, not to complete them, but to remind them who they truly are. Today, we'll walk together through the invisible threads that bind two souls across lifetimes, soulmates, twin flames, and the spiritual path of love that doesn't just touch the heart. It transforms the soul. You'll discover the truth behind these divine connections, how to recognize them, and most importantly, how to prepare yourself to live a love that is not of this world, but made for it. Because the love your soul seeks is not a fairy tale. It's a sacred calling, and the signs are everywhere, if you know how to listen. Soulmates are not always about romance. Sometimes they're the ones who come to shake you, to wake you, or simply to walk beside you in silence. According to Elizabeth Clare Prophet, soulmates are spirits cut from the same cloth, not halves, but harmonies. They are like instruments tuned to the same vibration, meeting again and again across lifetimes to help one another grow, heal, and rise. You might meet your soulmate in a partner, a friend, a mentor, even a stranger who says the right words at the exact moment you needed to hear them. It's not about how long you stay. It's about what you awaken in each other. These souls recognize your wounds, not to judge them, but to remind you that they are not the end of your story. They challenge your fears, not to break you, but to show you your strength. They walk into your life with a quiet mission, to remind you of your light. In this journey, you'll meet many of them. Each one brings a different lesson. Each one mirrors a forgotten part of you. And when the lesson is learned, the bond doesn't end. It transforms, because true soulmates don't bind. They free. They don't fill an emptiness. They expand your wholeness. The presence of a soulmate is not meant to complete you. It's meant to reflect you, until you remember you were never incomplete. They arrive like whispers from your own soul saying, "I've been here before, and I'll find you again when the time is right." There is a love that doesn't arrive to teach or to heal, but to awaken. A love that doesn't walk beside you as a companion, but stands before you as a mirror. This is the essence of the twin flame connection. Unlike soulmates, twin flames are not just spiritually compatible. They are made from the same original spark. Imagine one soul, whole and complete, split into two at the dawn of creation. Each half sent on its own journey through lifetimes, experiences, and inner growth. And then one day, across space and time, they meet again. When twin flames encounter each other, something ancient stirs. It's not just attraction or recognition. It's remembrance. The soul feels a pull that cannot be explained by logic. It is as if the universe leans in and whispers, "You are ready." But here's the truth. The twin flame connection is not always peaceful, because when you meet the other half of your essence, every shadow you've hidden will rise to the surface. It's not to punish you, but to purify you, to strip away everything that is not real. This love will not let you remain asleep. It was designed to awaken you. You see, your twin flame doesn't come to complete you. They come to ignite you. They show you your light and your wounds. They reflect your truth and your illusions. And though this connection is sacred, it's not always easy. Sometimes, twin flames are separated by circumstances, distance, or emotional unpreparedness. But even in separation, the bond is alive because it was never built on the physical. It was forged in the eternal. Elizabeth Clare Prophet reminds us that the reunion of twin flames only happens when both souls have walked far enough on their own path to stand whole. It is not about needing each other. It is about recognizing each other as two flames of the same divine fire. So if you feel that a part of your soul is out there, walking, searching, becoming, know this: when the time is right, the universe will conspire for your reunion, not for comfort, but for divine purpose. There are loves that burn fast and fade quickly. They arrive like storms, thrilling, chaotic, impossible to ignore. They fill your nights with fire and your thoughts with longing. But when the storm passes, all you're left with is silence. And questions? We are taught to chase passion, to measure love by how much it excites us, how much it consumes us. But not every fire is sacred. Some flames only illuminate our wounds. Others are reflections of our unmet desires, not our soul's true calling. Soul love, on the other hand, is quiet. It doesn't demand attention. It doesn't play games. It remembers. It holds space when you're falling apart, and it stands still when everything else is moving. Elizabeth Clare Prophet teaches us that many relationships that feel intense are not twin flames. They are karmic echoes. They repeat patterns, stir unresolved emotions, and pull us into lessons we haven't yet learned. These relationships are not mistakes. They are mirrors, showing us what we still need to heal. So how do you know the difference? Passion screams, "I need you." Soul love whispers, "I see you." Passion wants to possess. Soul love longs to free. When you meet a love that demands your transformation instead of your submission, that's when you must pause and listen. Because that is the voice of purpose, not desire. It asks you to rise, not to run. It invites you to become, not to belong. The danger is in the confusion. Many chase twin flame unions in the name of passion, not purpose. They search for someone to fix them, save them, complete them. But no divine connection will ever feed your dependency. It will challenge you to be whole before it arrives. The difference between earthly love and soul love is this: earthly love wants comfort, soul love wants truth. Earthly love says, "Stay the same for me." Soul love says, "Grow with me." So if you find yourself in a love that awakens your fears more than your courage, ask yourself, is this the echo of the past or the beginning of your becoming? Because love is not just a feeling, it is a path. And some paths are meant only to be walked once, to teach you where not to return. Nothing we live is random. Every meeting, every separation, every silent look or broken promise, all of it is part of a greater weaving. Karma is not punishment. It is memory, the memory of energy we have set in motion and that now returns, not to hurt, but to heal. When souls meet, they do not meet for the first time. There is always something unspoken, a feeling, a pull, a sense of recognition that cannot be explained by this life alone. That is karma in motion. The invisible thread of the past calling the soul to remember what it once was and what it came here to complete. According to Elizabeth Clare Prophet, many soul relationships are karmic in nature, not in the sense of suffering, but of unfinished lessons. We come together to give back what we once took, to say what was left unsaid, to forgive what once caused pain, or to receive the forgiveness we still seek. A karmic partner may challenge your peace, not because they are cruel, but because they are necessary to awaken a part of you that has been silent for lifetimes. They come not to stay betause, but to reveal. Sometimes the soul must return to the same place, the same person, the same wound, until the energy is balanced, until the lesson is not just learned, but lived. And when that happens, the cord dissolves, not in bitterness, but in liberation. But here's the truth most avoid. Karma is not just between people. It lives within us, in our thoughts, in our choices, in how we speak to ourselves when no one else is listening. And healing karmic love is not about waiting for the other to change, but about changing the way we respond to what life mirrors back. You might ask, why did I attract this? Why this pain, this person, this timing? But the soul does not ask why. It remembers when. It recognizes the opportunity to grow, to forgive, to break the cycle, not by force, but by awareness. So if you're in a relationship that feels too intense, too heavy, too familiar, perhaps it is karma asking to be seen. Not so you carry it, but so you can finally release it. Not all loves are meant to stay, but all are meant to teach. And the greatest karmic lesson is this: what you do with your pain defines how long it stays. Before you find the one, you must find yourself. Not the version you've learned to perform, not the one who hides behind achievements or fears, but the soul beneath all masks. Because divine union doesn't come to rescue you from loneliness. It comes to meet you in your wholeness. Many search for love with empty hands and heavy hearts. They seek a partner to heal what they haven't yet touched in themselves. But the universe doesn't answer longing. It answers readiness. And to be ready means to become what you wish to receive. Elizabeth Clare Prophet teaches that no true twin flame reunion happens before both souls have walked the sacred road inward. That means facing your wounds, sitting with your shadows, learning to hold space for your own heart before asking another to do to it. To prepare for divine love is to clean the garden of your soul, not to impress anyone, but so that when love arrives, it has somewhere to grow. You must make peace with your past, not erase it, but honor it, because every step you've taken has shaped the vessel that love will enter. It is not about being perfect. It is about being present with your truth, your dreams, your fears, and willing to meet someone not with demands, but with open hands. This journey requires courage, because to truly love, you must be willing to be seen, not just your beauty, but your brokenness, not just your joy, but your doubt, and to hold that same sacred space for someone else. You cannot rush divine timing. The soul moves at the rhythm of growth, not desire. So if love hasn't arrived yet, it doesn't mean you are forgotten. It means you are still becoming. Remember, the love you attract is a reflection of the love you hold. So if you long for a soul-deep connection, start with your own soul. Treat it with tenderness. Speak to it with kindness. Build the kind of inner life that feels like home. Because when the time comes, your twin flame won't come to fill an emptiness. They will come to recognize your fullness. And they will say, without words, I see you. I've been becoming too. The universe speaks in whispers, not shouts. Its language is not always seen, but felt. It comes in the form of synchronicities, the little moments when time and space seem to bend, guiding you towards something greater than yourself. We often think that we must control our path, make the right decisions, follow the map. But sometimes the map is within. The true compass lies in the quiet guidance we receive when we slow down and listen. Elizabeth Clare Prophet teaches that when you are on the path of the soul, the universe provides signs. These are not coincidences. These are divine nudges, gentle reminders that you are aligned with your higher self. And sometimes these signs are so subtle that they seem like the quietest of whispers, only perceptible when we are in tune with our hearts, when your twin flame is near, or when you're walking toward your soul's purpose. You will begin to see the world in a new way. The right book appears at the right time. You cross paths with people who speak the words you needed to hear. You see repeating numbers, dreams that echo your thoughts, songs that resonate with your spirit. These are not mere accidents. They are the universe's way of pulling you toward the divine timing you are meant to experience. But here's the key. These signs often appear when we are open, when we are present enough to notice, when we stop trying to force our way and instead trust the flow of life. Synchronicities are not there to give you all the answers. They are there to remind you that you are not alone, that you are being guided by something much larger than yourself. When you begin to trust these signs, you will also begin to trust yourself. You will know that every step you take, no matter how uncertain it feels, is the right one, and that every twist in the road is leading you to the place where your soul will meet its reflection. So when the signs appear, do not doubt. When the universe whispers, listen closely. It is speaking to you in the language of your own heart. You don't need to see the entire path ahead. You only need to take the next step and trust that you will be guided every step of the way. When twin flames meet, it is not just the joining of two bodies. It is the merging of two souls, two essences, two destinies that were always meant to cross. But what happens after this sacred reunion? The real work begins, not in the union itself, but in the living of it. Divine love is not a destination. It is a journey, one that requires continuous surrender, growth, and expansion. When two souls reunite in love, they are not just finding each other. They are finding the divine in each other and in themselves. Elizabeth Clare Prophet explains that the union of twin flames is not the end of the path. It is the beginning of a new chapter, a chapter where both souls are called to serve something greater than their own desires. Together, they are meant to rise higher, to heal deeper, and to shine brighter. In this union, there are no longer boundaries between self and other. What happens to one, happens to both. This is not just romantic love, it is a spiritual partnership, a sacred contract that goes beyond the physical world. Living the divine love means living in service. It means supporting each other's soul growth, even when it challenges you to face your own limitations. It requires you to be more honest, more authentic, and more loving than you ever thought possible. But this path is not always smooth. There will be moments when the flames of passion turn into the fire of transformation. And in these moments, the love may feel like it is testing you, pushing you beyond what you thought you could bear. But this is the divine purpose. This love is meant to purify you, not just comfort you. Living in this union means letting go of the illusion of control. It means trusting that the universe will guide you both, as long as you remain aligned with your truth. It means knowing that every challenge you face together is an opportunity to grow into your highest potential. And when you meet in that sacred space, there will be moments of deep stillness, when you are so connected that words are no longer needed. In those moments, you will know that your union is not just a romantic ideal. It is the embodiment of divine love, and you are living it. So when the union comes, remember this: it is not the end of the journey. It is the continuation of your soul's mission together. And when you walk it with love, trust, and purpose, the light that you share will illuminate the world. Patience is not just waiting. It is the art of trusting what is unfolding. In a world that rushes toward outcomes, the soul knows that divine timing is not bound by clocks or calendars. It moves in rhythms and cycles, each one perfectly aligned with the lessons we are here to learn. We often find ourselves asking, when? When will I meet my twin flame? When will love come? But the question is not about when. It is about how we choose to live while we wait. Elizabeth Clare Prophet teaches us that divine timing is an essential aspect of the soul's journey. It is not a concept we control, but one we learn to trust. Each step we take, every experience, every person we meet, is part of the sacred preparation for what is to come. We may not see the full picture yet, but we are being guided, always. When we rush, we miss the messages hidden in the present moment. Patience does not mean passive waiting. It means active trust. It means continuing to grow, to evolve, to love, even when the destination is unclear. Divine timing works in ways that the mind cannot comprehend. When you stop trying to force things to happen, the universe begins to align everything with ease. Patience allows you to surrender your need for control and open yourself to the flow of life. Sometimes, the waiting feels endless. The moments of silence, of uncertainty, can seem like a test. But in those moments, remember this: the soul is preparing you for what you are about to receive. You are not being denied, you are being shaped into the person who is ready to receive love. Patience also means accepting that there is a purpose in the waiting. Perhaps the soul needs more time to heal, or perhaps there are lessons to be learned that will make the union even more sacred when it arrives. Divine timing teaches us that we are never ahead of where we need to be. We are always where we need to be. And when the time is right, the pieces will fall into place, not a moment too soon or too late. So trust the timing of your soul. Trust the process of your becoming. The love that awaits you is not far. It is simply waiting for you to be ready. And when you are, it will come, like the dawn after a long night. If this message touched your heart, share in the comments. Are you trusting the divine timing of your journey? Tell us about your experience, your waiting, or a sign the universe has shown you. Like this video if you believe that everything arrives at the right time. And if you're not yet part of our community of seekers and awakened souls, subscribe and turn on the bell. Here, each video is a step on your journey back home, to the love that is yours by destiny.